Shalom and hi everyone. In this video, we are going to present about SME, starting from introduction, which definition and types of SME. Then we continue with financing sources that can be applied by SME and also challenges faced by SME in Malaysia. First of all, we are going to discuss about definition of SME. So, what is SME? Let me explain. SME is short form for small and medium-sized enterprise. SME are defined by quantitative indicators like employee account and fixed capital, while qualitative indicators include management style, capital reliance, and locality.
Manufacturing sector defined as a firm with annual sales turnover not exceeding 15 million ringgit or number of full-time employees not exceeding 200 people.
In Malaysia, SME can categorize into two sectors, which is manufacturing and service and others.
Meanwhile, services and others is a firm with annual sales turnover not exceeding 20 million ringgit or number of full-time employees not exceeding 200 people. There are three types of SME, which is micro-enterprise, small enterprise, and medium-sized enterprise. Firstly, micro-enterprise typically has less than 5 full-time employees and annual sales turnover of less than 300,000 ringgit, while for small enterprise typically has from 5 to less than 75 full-time employees and annual sales turnover from 300,000 ringgit to less than 15 million ringgit. Lastly, for medium-sized enterprise, typically has 30 full-time employees, not exceeding 200 employees, also annual sales turnover from 3 million ringgit, not exceeding 15 million ringgit.
I will talking about one of the financing sources that can be applied by SMEs in Malaysia. The Malaysian government has introduced several initiatives to support SME, and one of it is Pinjana, which stands for the National Economic Recovery Plan. Under Pinjana, SMEs can access financial options like the Pinjana SME Financing Scheme. This scheme offers affordable loans of up to 500,000 ringgit Malaysia per SME with low interest rate and a focus on helping business recover from the economic impact like COVID-19. Another highlight is the Pinjana Microfinancing Scheme, which caters to micro-enterprises with funding of up to 50,000 ringgit. Now let's talk about a Pinjana which introduced in June 2020 to counter the economic challenges posed by the COVID-19 pandemic. Pinjana encompasses a comprehensive suite of measures aimed at revitalizing the company, with a significant emphasis on empowering SMEs. The plan is structured around 3 core thrusts. Number 1 is empowering people to safeguard employment. The government extended wage subsidy, ensuring business could retain their workforce during challenging times. Number 2 is propelling business. Pinjana SME Financing allocated 2 billion ringgit to assist adversely impacted SMEs, offering a financing concession rate of 3.5% per annum. The initiative aims to sustain business operation and support economic recovery. The last one is stimulating the economy. Various statutory measures were introduced to alleviate financial burdens, including exemption and deduction aimed at stimulating business activities and investment. As of March 2021, a Pinjana SME Financing Scheme had approved 1.36 billion ringgit in financing, benefiting numerous SMEs across the nation. Pinjana represents a great push by the Malaysian government to support SMEs during challenging times.
Next, Bank Negara Malaysia also one of financing sources that can be applied by SMEs in Malaysia. Bank Negara Malaysia provide various initiatives and programs for their growth and development. These include financing schemes, capacity building programs, advisory services, and initiatives to enhance access to financing for SMEs. Not only that, Bank Negara Malaysia also allocate an independent fund of 8 billion ringgit in loans to support SMEs. 600 million ringgit of which will be specifically dedicated to helping micro-enterprise, low-income entrepreneurs, and small contractors. Bank Negara Malaysia has also assisted SMEs in providing financing in automation and digitalization facilities. Bank Negara Malaysia provided 1.5 billion ringgit to facilitate incentives for SMEs to automate digital process and operation to increase productivity and efficiency. The effectiveness of these financing sources can be observed in the increase in the lending volume to SMEs and reduced interest rates on loans. By lowering the cost of borrowing, indicating lenders reach through credit guarantees, Bank Negara Malaysia has made it easier for SMEs to secure the necessary capital for operation and expansion. However, while this program has generally successful, some SMEs still faces challenges in meeting the eligibility criteria and navigating the application process. Simplifying these procedures could enhance accessibility and ensure that more SMEs benefit from the available financial support.
Now, I will proceed with the challenges faced by SMEs in Malaysia. One of the main challenges is that banks are selective in lending due to market volatility risk. SMEs are often perceived as less profitability for banks because of the high transaction costs and institutional risk involved in lending to smaller business. Additionally, there is the issue of asymmetric knowledge between borrowers and lenders. Banks may not have enough information about the financial health of SMEs, while SMEs often find it difficult to understand or meet the requirements set by banks. As a result, banks must conduct strict evaluation of loan application and require specific documentation to minimize credit risks. Unfortunately, the process is time-consuming and complicated, creating significant barriers for SMEs to secure the funding they need. In conclusion, the selectiveness of banks and the stringent requirements for loans make it challenging for SMEs to go and compete in the market.
SME in Malaysia face a unique set of challenges that can impact their growth and profitability. The major hurdles that affects most firms is having cash flow problem. Clearly can see when COVID-19 pandemic that has impact on worldwide SME business activities a stimulus that make business exposed to negative effect in either short or long-term period. The majority of firms have responded by reducing their operational costs to cope with the cash flow shortage. In addition, while firms has sought additional loans to compensate the shortage of cash flow, difficulties in obtaining such loans have exacerbated their situation. They are concerned about wage payment to employees and social security contribution, as well as the repayment of loans to commercial banks. Over half of these survivors also said that either the behind in debt repayment or face risk of falling into arrears. For example, SP Holding that report a net loss of approximately HK 56 million and net liabilities of approximately HK 2,056 million, which bank balance and deposit of approximately HK 62 million during COVID-19. So, cash is crucial thing for a company because it is the most liquid asset that can be used for daily transaction. Without cash in hand, it's difficult for SME for running the business. Thank you.